Hello you beautiful nerds of the world, Tarok at your service, and welcome to this reaction video of Death Battle episode 200. Over the years we've been introduced to so many crazy, earth-shattering, mind-bendingly deadly weapons. But at the end of the day, there could only be one to truly symbolize death in battle. Which is why I'm happy that today we're watching Ruby Rose versus Maka Albarn, RWBY versus Soul Eater. Let's fucking go! Which is why I'm super happy to announce that this reaction is going to be the most botched thing you've ever seen. Headphones? Dead. Didn't have time to pick up another one. Sound quality when we get into the video? Gone, and wasn't that good to begin with. Script for the intro? None. We're going natural on this, baby. So let's jump right in. How do I know these characters? I've been introduced to RWBY when Yang Xiaolong was announced to becoming in Death Battle way back when. I only knew her because like she was kind of a popular character to talk about when it comes to including characters in Death Battle, but I wasn't familiar with her show. So when she was announced, this was the click that made me want to check out RWBY, and I've been a big fan. Well, I don't know how to describe it. I want to say I've been a fan. I've watched this show almost religiously. I've watched it twice, even to make. I remember watching it a second time to I don't know, to remake myself an opinion on the show. Way back before season 7 or something, just to reforge my opinion on the show, and I still absolutely loved it. Which is gonna sound paradoxical because I need to be like I need to let this off my chest. I need to be completely honest. This is my favorite show that I can't remember anything of.
What are you trying to say, man?
No, seriously, I love this show. Okay, I can tell you the gist. I can tell you like aura. I can tell you the main plots. I can tell you like some of the characters. I deeply care about the main characters, especially. I can tell you what they're about. I'm a huge fan of them. But I don't know why. Everything else, I keep forgetting it. I always have instances of, wait, is this guy dead or is he still around? Wait, if he's still around, where is he up to now? Oh, wait, no, that guy is dead. Oh yeah, that guy existed. Oh wait, I was like, oh wait, is this how the weapons work? Oh, she's using dust as well? Oh, I don't know why. I keep having like some weird memory loss about this show. But I love it! I can guarantee you, I've watched all the volumes, and I will be watching volume 10. Maybe it's the space between each volume. Remember even back when Rooster Teeth was a thing? I don't know, if the time between volumes was so wide, it made me, like, I had the time to forget things. And so when I jumped back into volume 9, or like volume 8 or volume 9, it was like, oh yeah, I had to relearn some stuff, and I hate that it's like this, because again, I genuinely care about its main character. I genuinely like Yang. If you want my favorite of Team RWBY, I would say Yang has grown to become my favorite. But like, I don't know why there are some characters whose name I completely forgot about. But like, again, I don't want to sound like I'm downgrading it, because I have immense respect for this series, because like, if it weren't for its creator, Monty Home, if it weren't for Monty Home, I wouldn't be here. We wouldn't have Death Battle without Monty Home. We wouldn't have Death Battle without his contribution to animation. And like, Death Battle wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be here, which I know is not the strongest argument, but it's a show that's still very important to me. And these characters are still very important to me. But I don't know why I'm afflicted with this curse. I need to rewatch it, I guess. And however volume 10 is going with the whole Viz Media, but then Rooster Teeth coming back, and you know, this whole shebang, whatever happens, I'm 100% gonna try to watch Volume 10 when it's finally announced, when it's finally coming out. Again, I want to be a RWBY fan. I'm a RWBY fan with a curse of memory loss. Boy, this for me, this episode is very important. It has so much. I don't know. It has a lot of symbolism that are kind of that I think are kind of important. This is like the ultimate homage to Multi-Home, rest in peace, who started something that if he didn't, like, I wouldn't have been the person I am today. So the fact that Ruby Rose is finally on Death Battle is very important to me, despite all the shenanigans. Now, regarding Maka Albarn and Soul Eater, Venom versus Krona? That's it. Now, who I think would win? No, I'm not even gonna say who I think would win, because we know Maka's got this, right? Maka, like, she beats people that can, like, open the moon's mouth and whatever. She's got, like, I'm sure she's got, like, crazy anime powers. She's got, like, soul thing abilities. I'm sure she's got this. Okay? Everyone made it loud and clear. Everyone has been extremely smug about it. That was barely noticeable, alright? We barely noticed your biasness, guys. We're gonna bully Deku because he stomped the shit out of a street tier. But when Maka does it and it's RWBY, suddenly we're not gonna do that, you know? But yeah, I know RWBY's gonna die. I'm accepting it. We're launching into I just want her to earn her place into Valhalla. My only wish for this episode, for episode 200, and I know what you're gonna say, like, it's not something you have to expect, it's more of a bonus. It should be a bonus if the animators want to, it shouldn't be an expectation. But I really wish that this episode gets an alternate ending. Like, it was like Kratos versus Asura. I feel like it would make sense, given that it's episode 200. Like, Ruby Rose vs. Maka was an episode that was requested by Multi-Home himself way back when. All the stars are kind of aligned to be like this homage to Multi-Home, and if Ruby Rose is to die, at least have it end on a good note for Ruby. I don't know. It just sounds. I don't know. It's my little hope. It's not an expectation. It's a wish I just, like, thought about it before recording. I think it would just be neat. That's all I'm asking. Otherwise, we all know that Maka, not necessarily stomps, but, like, she wins in every category, except maybe speed, but that's not really a good argument. So yeah, this is, like, my wish praying to the stars. Aside from that, I just hope it's a badass fight, and I know it's gonna be a badass fight. From the preview, it already looks amazing. We got Casey Lee Williams at the track. We got Japanese lyrics at the track, apparently. We got Lindsay Jones, her name, if I'm not fucking it up, to voice RWBY. I want a RWBY fight. You know, if I can remember anything about RWBY, is that their fight kick ass. So without further ado, this intro has been botched to shit. This reaction's gonna be botched to shit. Let's go. 3, 2, 1! Scythe time! Oh! Let's go!
Ruby Rose versus
Maka Albarn!
The battle of spunky teens with oversized gardening tools. He's Wiz.
I'm Boomstick, and it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
I remember when Mama Boomstick read me bedtime fairy tales. Stories of heroes and warnings about eating those little berries and quicksand. So much quicksand.
In the world of Remnant, fairy tales are real. Here, huntresses do battle with monsters.
Mostly the big
grimm,
bad wolf.
And there was nothing more exciting than that to Ruby Rose.
Daughter to the world-renowned huntress.
Official VTuber.
Disappeared.
Yes.
Little Red really
let me
nothing
see.
more than to be a huntress.
Let me see, sorry. Full name, Ruby Rose, 17 years old, huntress leader of Team RWBY, trained by Crow Branwen, Yang, Oblek, Professor Ospin, Professor Ironwood. Likes books, cool weapons, her family, Penny! Okay, someone is shipping. Someone was shipping pretty hard. Eats cookies and drinks milk.
Admitted into Beacon Academy 2 years ahead, a premier school for huntsmen and huntresses, Ruby clearly showed prodigious talent.
Not just that, she's got the weapon geek gene just like yours truly. Ruby
Yeah.
doesn't leave home without her trusty Crescent Rose. It may look
A
like
nightmare to draw, god
but
damn!
also a gun. Ruby made Crescent Rose herself. It's like
I had to, like,
Grim Reaper's choice and a bolt.
I had to take insane shortcuts to draw that thing,
Men are
because
locked in a never-ending waltz in their battle with the Grimm.
imagine animating that shit, like no wonder he went 3D. Because no way I'm drawing all of that.
Bigger than
No,
she is.
well,
How does she
no
do
way I'm
it?
drawing multiple frames of that.
Girl can't even throw a punch.
Well, she might not need to, given the strength of her aura. All living beings in Remnant have an aura, except dark creatures like Grimm, though not all of them can utilize it in combat without extensive training. See, aura forms a barrier that blocks fatal blows and even heals wounds.
She can make weapons stronger too. When Ruby slaps a cartridge of dust into Crescent Rose, her aura lights up nature's wrath in man's hand.
Dramatic, but accurate. This dust represents the base elements of the world. Fire, electricity, ice, wind, anti-gravity. Does that last one count?
Rule of cool, Wiz. She's got the eyes of a hawk, and when
Molecular
she shoots you with
intangibility.
dust, a bullet will...
Wait, it's only molecular intangibility? Oh, that might be if Maka has any like atomic thing. That's worrying. I'll see. Barrier, enhance physique, enhance healing, enhance senses, bolsters dust and aura and weaponry. Bolsters dust and weaponry, aura, restorative items.
And you'll be worried about. With enough of a boost, Ice Dust can freeze over whole mechs, and she can power up her kicks to crater military-grade steel.
Ruby's dust should be comparable to Weiss, which was able to kill a Queen Lancer that had previously survived a 3.6 kiloton explosion.
A person's aura may be limited, but Ruby can keep track of hers with this handy health bar on her not smartphone.
Ruby blasted through Huntress classes with flying colors. Almost right away, she was appointed the leader of her own group, with Weiss Steve, Flake Belladonna, and Big Sis Yang Xiaolong.
Best girl.
Oh, I get it. Team RWBY.
But Ruby,
So that's what this
years
is.
of learning with her friends would be dashed as evil machinations spread like wildfire. And with a flash of silver light, Beacon had fallen.
Ruby's friends? Dead. Her school? Totally wrecked. Her sister? Disarmed. All because of a lover spat that went way too far.
Salem saw the world divided, and it was time to say goodbye to any happily ever after.
But Ruby wouldn't give up like that, so she set off to change the world.
Even as Crescent Rose began to feel heavier and heavier. Could she really save the world like her fairy tale heroes? All she did is what she's always done and never stopped moving forward.
Because Crescent Rose wasn't the only thing she needed. She had to improve her semblance too.
Right. While aura is essentially the manifestation of one's soul, the semblance is an expression of their personality.
Basically, it's a superpower farmed by aura. And Ruby's got super speed. Or a teleport? What is she doing exactly?
Close. This is Petal Burst, a mixture of speed, teleportation, and intangibility. Ruby can rocket from one point to another in milliseconds.
By literally bursting into petals.
Sort of. According to Best Robo Girl Penny, Ruby's semblance is extremely complex and variable. It involves breaking her body down to its molecular components before zooming off in complex paths, negating the laws of mass entirely.
Okay. Other characters like Mercury have struck RWBY mid-petal burst before, but this was before she fully understood the ability. She could later phase through attacks more regularly.
Their components before zooming off in complex paths, negating the laws of mass entirely.
AKA Super Speed Plus. And Nora's best girl. Ruby's pedal burst is so quick she can make flying missiles.
Nora's pretty cool.
Plus, and Nora's best girl. Ruby's pedal burst is so quick she can make flying missiles look completely still. Good luck tagging her with a bullet or a breadstick.
She's certainly quick enough to give Emerald and Mercury a hard time, and they've dodged actual lightning.
She's faster than Blake, who could keep up with the most cringe faunus of all, Adam Taurus.
Well, he did draw his sword fast enough to parry an actual particle beam. In real life, such a beam is created by accelerating charged particles to just under light speed.
So, that's impressive.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to replicate.
RWBY could safely shine her smile for years, even as she carried the fate of Remnant across the world. To her friends, she was a beacon of hope.
Well, yeah, because she's got one more superpower. Her silver eyes. Just like her mom, RWBY inherited them from the god of light as a weapon against negative anti-life energy, like the evil goop Grimm spawned from.
Grimm are a creation of the god of darkness as a representation of malignance and destruction. The silver eyes can counter Grimm powers with its light of life. This is shown in her battle with the Apathy, where RWBY's silver eyes restored her drained willpower. Excuse me. You know, drinking Coke, not a good idea during reactions.
Just a wink and blam! Sayonara, Dragon of Darkness!
But RWBY's skills didn't falter after her time at Beacon. As she journeyed across Remnant, she leveled up to compete with
Met Superman and Ragnar the Blood Edge. Defeated Torchwick, defeated Giant Nevermore. So, like, I feel like if she has any chance, it relies on how they interpret, you know, the Silver Eyes working on Maka's, like, if Maka has any dark power.
She journeyed across Remnant.
I have to keep an eye on that.
Of powerful magic and mechanized foes.
But again, like,
her team could even match the Aces,
not having much hope.
An elite squad of longtime professional huntsmen,
including Harriet, whose super speed semblance was totally outclassed by Petal Burst, and Vine, whose aura was strong enough to contain a bomb that was about to decimate the whole city of Mantle.
Oh yeah, that's...
These are some pretty powerful auras.
Though it's important to remember, RWBY is only 17 years old.
Yeah, the Ace Ops were also able to contend somewhat with Maiden Penny, who has a similarly impressive feat of lifting Amity Coliseum. Though even as a group, they struggled against her.
Powerful auras.
Though it's important to remember, RWBY is only 17 years old. The weight of being a leader, a savior, and a huntress like her mother would get heavier and heavier and heavier.
Yeah, Volume 9 was fucked.
Taking Crescent Rose firmly in hand and sending a message of unity to the rest of the world. RWBY had finally left the fairy tale behind, taking one more step toward the day we've waited for.
Damn, it ends like this. Wow. Okay, was not prepared, but I guess. Yeah, okay. That's, I don't know, a bit abrupt the way it ends, but okay.
Today's battle is sponsored.
No, fuck you, Price Pick.
Injury.
You're not making me bet on Logan Paul. Anyway, fuck you.
A sound soul.
Now on to Maka.
A sound mind and a sound body.
But all the unjust evil souls of this world are on the Disney Fast Pass to becoming a Kishin.
Destructive gods mutated from good-natured souls. A Kishin could plunge the world into chaos and madness. If only someone could stop them.
Bing bong, it's the DWMA. Welcome to Death Weapon Meister Academy, where death rules.
Yeah!
Literally, his name is Death.
Here, Lord Death tasks humans to become spiritually talented meisters of demon weapons.
AKA people who are also a weapon. No, really, they transform into weapons. Guns, ninja stars, hammers, you name it. A Meister weapon pair kills and consumes lost souls to keep the Kishin away. Jack the Ripper? More like Jack the Fraud.
And so, the demon weapon Soul was paired with the dutiful rising star, Maka Albarn.
Talk about your classic teacher's pet.
Full name, Maka Albarn. Age 13 years old. Okay, she's less old, technically. So less experience. It's always a little factor, but not not that large. Not that large a difference. 2-star Scythe Meister at Death Weapon Meister Academy. Possesses a Gregory Soul, 1 in 50 million. Okay, she's a 1%. 1% bitch. Weapon partners: Soul, Tsubaki, Spirit. Okay, she's got one more than she got more than one weapon. Is what that I get. You guys can provide context in the comments, I'm sure. Likes books, studying puzzles, drum dances. Dislikes unfaithful men and raw fish. I mean, raw fish is like, yeah, it's not a hot take. Not a hot take.
Leaves an apple on the desk and goes, "Teacher, you forgot to give us homework," and then we jump him.
As if Soul's any better, a weapon who's too concerned with being cool to do any real work.
Hey, Soul's not just any demon weapon, he's a Scythe, and he's got his sights on upgrading to the highest level of Death Scythe.
Which would be a high honor. And lucky for Soul, Maka always aims high.
With that common goal, Maka and Soul formed the Dream Team. All they needed was 99 Kishin eggs and the soul of a witch. Easy, right?
Maybe, since Maka is extraordinarily perceptive at spotting and examining souls. She can detect spiritual presences from millions of yards away, and can discern its nature, stability, and emotions.
Time for class then. The two trained hard, but they're...
Damn. Soul Leader, age 15 years old. 13 to 15, okay. Vocations: Death Scythe, Pianist. Shapeshifting, Piano, Black Room, Soul Meditation, Black Blood, Soul Hack, Black Blood Dress, Soul Dagyo. We'll see what it means.
Stability and emotions.
We'll see what it
for
means.
class then. The two trained hard, but their styles kinda weird. Okay, so Maka guides Soul in the direction she wants to go, but Soul, the Scythe, does all the actual movements himself. Maka's the Meister, Soul's the weapon.
Like conductor and instrumentalist, a Meister weapon pair cannot work in harmony without total cooperation.
Too bad their teamwork sucked. They fumbled the easiest chance for Death Scythe status, F-.
Maka just could not get in tune with Soul's wavelength. She was skilled, sure, more skilled than most.
Keyword, most. There were plenty of rivals showing her up, like Blackstar and Tsubaki.
Really puts a damper on the straight A's when this show-off is doing better than you.
It was up to Maka and Soul to improve their teamwork through Soul Resonance.
What I said about wavelength wasn't metaphorical. Rather, wavelengths are the means with which Meister and weapon draw strength through each other. Think of two wavelengths as different emotional amplitudes that must merge at one alignment.
If the Meister's the guitar and the weapon's the amp, then they create a feedback loop to increase its frequency. That's
So the mangaka was part of a band, is what I'm getting.
Link and surges their strength and speed.
And preps them for cool Scythe moves like the Witch Hunt Slash.
Let's go, bigger Scythe.
That puts the L in evil.
As the name implies, it works especially well against witches and other evil creatures. It's not exclusive.
Maka Chup?
It's
What is
actually
this?
really deadly against evil because of Maka's rare anti-demon wavelengths. Basically, being a goody little two-shoes gets her the power of purity or whatever.
Maka and Soul were becoming a synchronized unit, though one would sometimes need to rein in the other's idiotic habits.
And the other guys gotta stop their annoying overthinking, Wiz.
But everything changed after a unique encounter with Krona, which
There she
nearly
is.
killed Soul.
Now Soul had an ogre pal in his head, waiting for him to swing on over and play the piano. Yep, Soul got infected with black blood.
Black blood was specially brewed as a weaponizable blood. It hardens and strengthens its user's body, inside and out, increasing their physical ability. They can even block blades with their bare skin.
Too bad it comes with a little side effect of madness with a capital M.
A force of fear and sadness all living things possess, which threatens to ruin the world.
So it was kind of a big deal that Maka was bummed by how she got Soul in a jam. But thanks to Soul, she got over it and even welcomed in their new little ogre buddy.
Now when Soul plays his grand piano, their soul resonance sings even louder through the black blood.
Giving Maka all the perks of black blood too, even the crazy parts. Bet you didn't expect that, Crota.
But evil saw their plans through. The Kishin Asura had arrived. Madness was spreading everywhere.
So Maka and Soul had to lock in and upgrade their witch hunt to the even stronger demon hunt slash. They went on even more missions to reach souls with classmates like Blackstar, and that guy outran his own shadow.
Perhaps the most obvious evidence ever of faster than light speeds. And Maka
Okay, he lucky looks
Hear
it.
that with her
Good.
fight with the demon tool Gopher, who could obliterate whole mountains, and you've got one hell of an ass kicker.
And yet, Maka's relationship with Soul still faltered. Soul was the real star here. Even other Meisters were trying to take him as a weapon, away from Maka.
I mean, he literally moves himself, so Maka couldn't help but wonder if she was holding him back all along.
But Soul said the truth. In all of their missions, their teamwork was the key to their victory. An orchestral performance is only as good as the one conducting.
Exactly.
And so,
Part of the band.
played in harmony, and Maka donned a dress of black blood.
It's an armor literally made of blood.
In the anime, Maka has a different final form, in which she manifests scythe blades from her body due to her father being a death scythe. This form does not appear in the original manga, and thus is excluded.
And it lets Maka fly around and shoot out her soul as an epic sound wave. So freaking metal!
At the same time, Soul discovered he could hack souls and directly transmit Maka's anti-demon wavelengths, basically shutting their enemy completely down through Soul Adagio.
And they
Okay.
finally achieved Death Scythe. The dream's here, baby.
So when Chrona's
Yeah.
own Black Blood reached its final stage, Maka and Soul flew to the moon. A moon small and unassuming, but so dense it has the same mass as the planet itself. The very world's sanity was at stake.
Rona might have gone insane, but Maka still reached out to their new friend Soul until the Kishin showed up to ruin everything. Come on, Asura, they're having a moment here. Timing, bro.
In what would be Maka's final exam, Maka, Soul, and all of their friends faced off against the Kishin.
Characters from Fire Force have shown greater feats than Soul Eater, but these are highly contextual, and Maka would not scale to them. What the fuck is Fire Force? What? Does it matter? Is it the same universe?
Final exam.
I don't know what it
Maka,
is.
Soul, and all of their friends faced off against the Kishin.
And she passed. A+. Maka pulled her weight and perfected her teamwork with Soul. Their wavelengths were pitch perfect.
Asura did everything he could to separate them. Crater them into the moon, punch holes in Maka's chest, tamper their souls with madness, and each time they successfully realigned their wavelengths.
Until they kicked his ass with one final upgrade, the Kishin Hunt Slash.
Let's go.
Maka Chop! Now that's what I call absolute cinema.
Because a sound soul dwells within a sound mind and body. So should you feel overwhelmed by evil's roars, just write 42 42 564 whenever you want to knock on death's door.
Damn. See, that's a good intro. Good ending, sorry. That's a good ending to RWBY, to Maka's analysis. Okay. Like, RWBY's analysis is a bit, RWBY's analysis, I don't know. The end was a bit abrupt for RWBY, but Maka, peak. I mean, that's a statement to Soul Eater actually being finished and RWBY still having one chapter to go, I guess. Anyway, prediction time. Man, I don't even normally, like, I go back and watch the other thing, but like, I mean, she's been punched through the moon. Maka's been punched through the moon. The Soul Adagio, they made a big deal about. Excuse me. They made a big deal about. They made a big deal about, you know, the sort of like the aura and semblance being part of RWBY's soul. From what I get, Soul Adagio sounds like the ultimate counter to that. They didn't necessarily mention Black Blood being dark specifically, from what I understand. It's made of madness. Would madness be considered like... Well, it's a form... It would be a form of malignance, I guess. Like, just like the grimm are made. The grimm seems to be made of malignance and stuff like that. Maybe the Black Blood would work, but well, the Silver Eyes would work at canceling the black blood specifically. But I don't know if it's enough to take down Maka. Like, she still has, like, the soul resonance thing. That would still be, like, part of her powers. So... yeah. Yeah, no. I'm going for Maka. Like, I'm rooting for RWBY. Again, 100% for RWBY. I want this to be a RWBY fight. This is your fight, RWBY. You're going to Valhalla, but you still have to die for this. I'm putting you on a pedestal, but at what cost? But what can I talk about? Even speed seems to be relatively. Even speed seems relatively comparable, because like. There's RWBY is literally as fast as a photon or something like that. Like she defies physics. She's as fast as she's faster than Adam, who can parry like photon beams. Maka can compare the Kid Black Star, I think Black Star, who literally outpaces his own shadow or something like that. Like, there's not much that RWBY can do unless maybe sabotage the Black Blood a bit. And even that, it's not necessarily... If anything, that's gonna help, that's gonna help a bit of Soul, to be honest. So... yeah, Maka wins, I'm sorry. Like, again, this is the RWBY fight. This is still the RWBY fight, but RWBY's gonna die. 3, 2, 1, click.
Congratulations to us.
Yeah, 200 episode.
It always is. And why not? This death battle is episode 200.
Well, yeah, it's a big deal, so we've got a big discount on our website to celebrate.
That's
I still need to subscribe to their...
Website
What was that hat?
Deals like exclusive Death Battle merch, the whole episode archive, including episodes not on YouTube, and a bunch of behind-the-scenes goodies.
Ooh.
And if you sign up today, you can use our code DB200 to get 20% off.
You can only grab this discount in the next 2 weeks, so use code DB200 to get 20% off your website membership as soon as you can.
Time's
Where else
limited.
are you gonna find such absolute cinema? No, really, we made an absolute cinema desk mat that's on the store.
It looks really
Cool
good,
as
though.
fuck.
Alright, the commands are set. We've run the data for all possibilities.
It's time for a scythe battle!
Scythe battle, sure! Ah!
Okay, it's official. This is so not cool.
Oh, come on, Soul. Our target should be here, so try helping out. Who are you looking for? Little Red Riding Hood, your humanity has strayed from its just path, and the Shinigami has called. Oh my gosh, your boyfriend turns into a scythe! Oh, that's so cool! Your soul is ours!
Fight! Let's go! Woo!
I like my soul, thanks!
Oh! Let's go!
Moves are sick, but too slow for my Meister.
You haven't seen anything yet!
Oh!
She's quick, but we can handle it!
Let's go, Soul Regiment!
Ah! Uh-oh. Ooh. Big stuff. Woo. Ah. Uh-oh. Ah. Ooh. 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 Ow. Ow.
Get back here!
Good! Oh, that's so cool! That is so cool! Oh my god! Ooh. Madness. Nope. Okay. There's no black blood robe. Ooh.
Interesting. Her soul forms a barrier. Try helping out.
Relax.
Ooh. Ah. Ooh. Ah. Ooh. 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 Oh, she's so gonna die. Little gremlin dude.
But I'll never stop fighting.
I think you will.
Heroes, and I am a huntress.
So, Hadashio.
Yeah, there it is.
Ruby!
Wavelengths. Damn it, she's... Stay strong, Maka! You got this!
Yeah.
A simple, honest soul. Ruby Rose, huh?
That's respectable.
Oh, rest in peace, Ruby. But hey, it's not often you get to see scythe-on-scythe action like that.
Yeah.
Let's break this down with the 4 categories that best represent this matchup. First, strength.
Or a supercharged Ruby's strength way higher than you'd think, like kicking this Grimm through steel. But Maka's soul resonance could match Gopher, who destroyed mountains.
Now, Team Ruby did defeat Vine, whose aura contained a bomb that could have wiped out a city.
Adding up their flight speed and how far Harriet said they'd have to fly to avoid the blast, that's a 366 kiloton bomb.
It's possible Ruby's own aura possesses a similar level of, say, energy strength, though her semblance obviously can't replicate what Vine did.
And Black Flood Maka got blasted by Asura into the moon. Yeah, it's small, but its mass is the same as Earth's, right?
Putting
Yeah.
Asura strikes at 2 quadrillion tons of TNT, over 5 billion times higher than Vine.
So, Maka takes strength, but speed wasn't as clear-cut. Ruby's a fast little gal. Maka
Excuse me. Soul utilized chain resonance to amplify Maka's stats for portions of the Asura fight. However, this was a much smaller amplification than the Black Blood dress, and he had stopped doing so before Asura's crater feat.
takes strength, but speed wasn't as clear-cut. Ruby's a fast little gal. Maka kept up with Blackstar, faster than Shadows and whatnot, but as they improved their skills, Ruby and her friends could outspeed Atom.
Who blocked a particle beam. Though given the distance and time to react, Atom moved about 42% the speed of light. Not quite faster than your own Shadow territory. Still, Ruby's Petal Burst has become far faster than this over time, and clearly gives more than a 2-time speed increase on top of that 42%.
Okay. While Maka has said that Blackstar is stronger than her, she frequently keeps up in speed. The two can also utilize chain resonance, which requires equal contribution. Maka's statement also do not factor in her Black Blood dress,
Making her well past light speed.
Definitely enough to take on Harriet, who was all about speed. Angry speed.
This isn't to say Maka couldn't keep up thanks to Soul Resonance, but Petal Burst makes this comparison close enough to call it a tie. And this
Sure.
would be key to winning in skill.
Come on, Wiz. Call it what it really is. It's scythery.
That's not a word.
Maka's scythery was pretty good, but Soul does all the movement for her. As a Meister, she was mostly a guide.
It's easy to assume that Ruby's, scythery was superior. She's entirely self-sufficient at dancing with her weapon.
Soul's own control is still a factor here.
It is
but
true.
It doesn't change that Ruby's been swinging that thing for way longer than Maka
God damn it.
here, but it doesn't...
Ruby trained with Crescent Rose since her time at Signal Academy. Maka and Soul did not achieve Soul Resonance until their battle with Stein. Moreover, Ruby is not only 4 years older than Maka, but her journey across Remnant took at minimum a year longer than the events of Soul Eater's story.
Change that
There we go.
Ruby's
That's a
been
nice
swinging
song.
that thing for way longer than Maka. Ruby's got scythery in the bag.
Perhaps this edge would be enough for Ruby to avoid Maka's far greater strength, if she had the better powers.
Yeah.
So, Aura's really cool. Barriers, healing, superpowers, and so on. But it's got one big weakness.
It is a finite resource that is required for all of RWBY's powers.
Petal Burst, activating dust, even powering up Crescent Rose takes juice and some aura. Once it's gone, RWBY's totally vulnerable.
And there's a second key factor regarding aura. It is specifically a manifestation of RWBY's soul.
And Maka's powers are all about taking on souls. Maka had lots of ways to break through RWBY's aura, like Soul Adagio.
And since Maka is exceptionally gifted at examining souls, she could definitely figure out how aura works.
Oh yeah, she can
But
examine
plot
that
twist,
too.
What about RWBY's silver eyes?
No.
Her anti-grimm eye beams. Turns out they were actually her best secret weapon.
The negative power of Grimm is quite similar to madness wavelengths, which power black blood. Since anti-demon wavelengths...
Okay, so it is included. The Silver Eyes, it is interpreted as comparable. The Silver Eyes provided RWBY with minor resistance to emotional manipulations, but madness wavelengths can induce those effects to targets that have resisted such powers. RWBY was also affected by Emerald's hallucination, making it unlikely that she can negate madness.
Quite similar to madness wavelengths, which power black blood. Since anti-demon wavelengths can cancel out black blood, the silver eyes should achieve a similar effect.
But Maka and Soul's whole story is about reaching that perfect soul resonance. Asurid tried every way in the book and more to separate their wavelengths and failed. And we already talked about how much stronger he is than RWBY. Maka takes powers, because when she rose to the occasion, RWBY didn't stand a semblance of a chance and bit the dust.
The winners are Maka Albarn and Soul Evans.
Wait, his name is Soul Evans?
Alright. I don't think there's gonna be an alternate ending to this. But, God, the fight was cool. The fight was freaking cool. That was that was super well done. I love the music especially. I love the comedy. I love how RWBY was portrayed in this fight. Like, genuinely, it was really cool. I don't really have much to say. The scythe swinging action was on point. It was insane. It was cool. It was. Oh god, it's just cool. I love the little moment where Maka like just starts punching and RWBY's like, stop hitting me. Nope. Shut up. I love the effects on Maka's scythe. I think all of the abilities were really cool. The death was in well taste. It wasn't necessarily like she actually fucking died. Unlike Weiss, we actually see her die. But the fact that Maka like didn't want Soul to eat her soul was a nice touch. It could have gone further. Again, no, I'm not holding the alternate ending thing against them. It shouldn't be about that. It's episode 200. You know, no, I'm not to be expected. Not to be expected. Anyway, overall, the analysis, like the editing was really good. I've seen like there seem to be like plenty of elements that like go on top of each other to really make you feel part of the world, like especially with Maka and the manga and whatnot. It reached this point that this annoys me. It reaches this point where the editing is so good you don't really notice it. So you don't really like if an editing's really well done, you don't really notice it. You kind of gobble it. You're kind of enjoying the road without like fully appreciating it. What can I possibly say? I love, yes, the little mix of like 3D and 2D elements. I love the little cool moments with Soul playing the piano. That bit was really cool. I keep saying cool over and over. Sorry, my lexicon is not that developed, but I wouldn't. That pains me to say. I wouldn't place it as like the best death battles of the year. That's a bit sad. The scythe action was on point. The cyphery was on point. The choreography, the swinging action, it was really satisfying to look at. But overall, like, it's just a solid death battle. Like, it's just it's a solid death battle. I don't really... Yeah, the more I think about it, maybe the reason I can only say it's cool, I've had more vivid reaction to a death battle's quality before, so maybe I should hear that out. Because, like, again, RWBY's analysis felt a bit abrupt, you know? There wasn't, like, the cool finale about Maka. I don't know what to think anymore. I actually don't know what to think. Maybe I'm too hard on this episode. Maybe because, like, I was just thinking about how much more of a Soul Eater fight this was. Despite having, like, Lindsay Jones, fucking Casey Lee Williams. But then, like, so many of the cool moments were about Maka and Soul, you know, working with each other and stuff like that. I don't know, actually. I don't know what to think about it. I mean, that's also a testament of, like, you know, none of the characters are left out. But I don't know. I'm just gonna say it was cool. It was cool as fuck. It was a solid episode. I don't know if it's gonna make it in my top ranking of the year. Is my problem, despite really wanting it to be that. It's not the worst episode of the year, that's for sure. I love how adorable RWBY is in this too. But again, RWBY is cool always. RWBY is always adorable, so that's not much of a surprise. Aside from that, like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to feel exactly about this fight. Maybe I'm gonna need to rewatch it again and again, so to really make a solid opinion. But I don't know. I feel like bits of criticism surging through me that I don't like. Anyway, for the at least for the 200th episode, like, they definitely cooked. Again, like, the particle swinging action was on point. The particle effects were really good. RWBY's model, like, seems, it looks straight out of it looks pulled straight out of RWBY of the actual show. I hope that by itself is enough of a praise to be to really, you know, I hope this is enough of a praise. I shouldn't try to make a sentence longer than we should be. Anyway, let's just move on before I sound stupid. I already do. Let's move on to next time, okay? Or unless, like, I just stopped at the wrong time and there's a surprise, but, you know. Next time on Death Battle, what is it? Is it gonna be Ash versus Yugi or something? It's gotta be Ash versus Yugi, right?
Next time on Death Battle.
What?
Subscribe and join as a member to see more Death Battle. Thanks for watching.
There it is. Thank you, Montio, for everything. Yeah, that was a nice little touch at the end. That was really good. Blade versus Buffy, though! Ismahawk, the live-action fight is here! Oh my god! Oh, that's oh, that's a good one. I was not expecting that. Blade versus Buffy, eh? Okay. Okay. Blade versus Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Let's fucking go. I was completely taken aback by this. Whoa. Holy shit. Holy shit. I'm not familiar with either of those, but I know this was a pretty big matchup. But I know this was a pretty big matchup that's been requested by a lot of people. Wow. And I know this was I think this was a Death Battle cast at some point, but wow, they're finally doing it. And it's gonna be live action and all. Oh, that's gonna be sick. It's the live action one. Oh boy, I can't wait to see what Ismahawk cooked for this one. It is going to be... I can't wait to see what Ismahawk cooked, like, regardless. But, damn, I was not expecting this fight. There's plenty, like... God, it's really good when you don't see the matchup coming, you know? It's good when it's not a Kickstarter match. I like the sensation of not expecting the next fight. Ah, you know, I was expecting like Ash versus Yugi or Aang versus the Traveler or whatever, or Gru versus Megamind. Well, Gru versus Megamind definitely needs a bit more time, but like a good surprise like this, I like. I am very much in favor of this. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Sorry about the botched reaction against my headphone. Was a bit fucky, and I didn't have time to change it. But regardless, let me know. I hope you liked this reaction regardless. If you liked it, if you want to see more, if you want to see better reactions, why not subscribe? If you still like this one, why not share it to your friends, your families, your foes? You can leave a like, that'd be appreciated. Let me know what you thought of this dev battle. I'm gonna need opinions about this, so because again, my opinions are kind of mixed. Yes, I stream sometimes. I don't always. I should be doing it more, but I don't. I'm actually working on like a marathon of the Warhammer 40k Dawn of War series. So if you are interested in that, I should be doing it this week. I should be live on Wednesday. But aside from that, thank you so much for watching. That was Thorok at your service. I'm bad at outros. See you. Bye!